here at this moment, like on a Sunday, 7 a.m. But that's nice to try something new. And even though try the here a different schedule, right? So now we are live on YouTube and then we can start. So I'm going to introduce myself and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing, okay? So hi, I'm Mel from São Paulo, Mel Tavares. I like to study languages. I love animals. Um, Let me see. I love art in general, and that's it. How about you, Arthur?
Hello, everyone. My name is Arthur. I am 35. I am married. I have a son. I live in Claro, side of São Paulo. I'm here in Talk and Talk since almost a year, improving my English. And I really like in my free time watching movies, series, play the guitar too, and spend the time with my family, with my son. That's it.
Okay, very nice to meet you. And how about you, Sydney?
Good morning, people. I'm Sydney. Currently, I live in Belo Horizonte. I'm an accountant. I'm married. I'm 38 years old. Well, in my free time, I like to play some old games, especially with my son. I like to hang out with my family. I like to listen to music, especially on Fridays and the Saturdays night. I like to travel as well. I try to travel at least twice a year, but in nowadays the things is a little expensive. I think the inflation is take that thing more difficult little by little. But I have tried to do it, and I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, very nice having you here and nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What about you, Erica? Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. I'm Erika. I live in Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais. Um, I love cooking, reading, go out with friends, listening to music, traveling. So now I'm on holidays. So next week I go to Rio de Janeiro to spend a little time there. So I've been here in Talk and Talk for a month, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all in order to improve my conversation, get more confidence to speak English with others. That's all.
Very nice, guys. So I'm just going to introduce the platform and then we can start, okay? So Talking Talk is a platform where we can practice our speaking and many other skills um, just by having English, French, Spanish, Italian, and Mandarin immersions. So here we have all of these, and maybe we're going to have another others too. And here we're not here to judge anybody. So please be respectful. We are here to make mistakes. We are here to express ourselves, and just to try to get more and more confidence every time in every immersion. Just be a little bit better each immersion, okay? So I'm happy having you here, and let's go to the first question. It's number two. um just a second, guys. I think somebody's coming. Christian, just so he can introduce himself before the present the we start. Hi, Christian. Can you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you introduce yourself for us?
Sure. Hello, guys. Good morning. I'm a little bit sick today, so I'm gonna try my best. I am Christian. My name is Christian Jimenez. I am from Bolivia. I currently live here in Brazil. I work as a full stack software developer. I'm 36 years old. I'm married. We moved here to Brazil 2 years ago because of my job. Um, my free time, I really like to practice languages, practice different sports like football and volleyball, and watching TV, watching series and movies with my wife as well is an activity that I really enjoy doing. That's it, guys. That's a little bit about me.
Okay, very nice having you here. As you may see, you all, I'm replacing someone. I think Katiana is the name. Couldn't be here, but I'm going to be in here to replace her. Okay, so I just sent the questions on the chat, and now we are going to start. About the number two, that is the first question. Do you consider yourself a workaholic? Why or why not? What do you think about it, Sydney?
Well, for me, that definitely I consider me a alcoholic person. First, because I love to work, especially in my area, accounting. Second, because I like to have responsibilities, to do some things, to have to do something, and I try uh, to my colleagues, my superiors, they trust me and trust my work. Uh, it's because I feel good when I see my value. I'm a part of the success of the company, the business, and I'm helping to the growth of the company that I'm working. I think this kind of things motivate me a lot to continue work hard and the every moment to try to seeking to deliver a better performance. That's it.
Okay, very nice. And how about you, Christian? How is it for you?
So, I don't consider myself as a workaholic. I think that I can balance well between. I have a well balance between my job and my personal life. I would say that I am a workaholic in the projects that are personal for me. For example, nowadays, if I have to finish something to my of my job and I didn't, I stop it and then I just wait to the next day for continuing that task, for example. But in my personal things, I continue doing the task, or maybe I continue studying. For instance, nowadays I'm trying to learn French as well. So if I if I if I set a goal, okay, today I'm gonna write 10 sentence in French, and I feel tired or I feel overwhelmed, I do it anyway. So I don't consider myself a workaholic in my current job, but I consider myself workaholic in my personal projects.
Okay. And how about you, Erica?
Definitely not at all. I'm not considered a alcoholic person. I don't have addiction if my job. I love what I do today. My major is my passion, but I try to get a well balance between my professional life and my personal life. So if some people send me email 9 p.m., I want to read this email because for me this time is important to stay with my family, to do what I like to do. So, and I think in the past I was a workaholic person, and I became so sick and sad because I forget about myself. I just think about the job, the work, the schedules, the whole thing that I must do with the my last job. And when I changed this job, I thought, no, now I work hard because I work hard, but I'm not a workaholic. First of all, I think in me and my family, and that's all. How about you, Arthur?
Yeah, I don't consider myself as a workaholic, but but I prefer to separate my time, like when I am working, when I'm time of working, I consider myself as a workaholic, but in that time that I am working. After that, after my work, I stopped and I spend a time with me or with my family. So I work hard when I am working, but I have the time that's 6 p.m. I don't know the time that I stopped to work because I'm not working now. But when I work it, I prefer to do all the things that I could in the time that I were working. So working hard, working very seriously, but when the work time finish, that's okay for me. Because I think that 3 years ago, I almost had a burnout. So I had to change some customs and things in my life, in my work life. So I think that's important to work, of course. But I think that for me, I need to change my mind because of the almost burnout that I had.
Yeah, in that case, I think I'm more like Erica. In the past, I used to be more like that workaholic. If a client, a customer, I don't know, client reply sends you a message at 9 p.m. to, maybe at the moment I would reply, answer them the question, but that wasn't like healthy for me. So I just had to put some limits to, so I could have a personal life without the work. Yeah, so not just having the personal life but with the work together. I don't think that worked for me, and now I'm getting better at this, getting and setting some limits in between my personal life and the job. But of course, to work is, as Arthur said, to work is also very important, and that it's so important just as to have a personal life, so you can do your what you want, you can have your money, you can pay your bills, you can do many things. So Erica, can you read and answer the next one? Do you get
Sure.
annoyed?
Yeah. Do you get annoyed by workaholic people? Why or why not? Um, no, I let me think. I respect the work style if everyone. But I think the question is about if the other alcoholic people annoy me. So yeah, sometimes this happens, but just say it's not my. I have this because people that are alcoholic, I think, try to do every many things at the same time. I think this kind of person thinks that if I do everything that my boss said to me, I maybe I can get on promotion in my job or something like that, but not always happens. So I think it's respect is the main word that I can say for this kind of people. Everyone have the your work style, and like I said before, I work hard, but I'm not alcoholic people, and that's it. Sydney, what's your opinion?
Well, usually I don't get annoyed by alcoholic people, but the people who work with me, with the same level, not, but I don't like to work with bosses or superiors that are alcoholic because they they try to make you work hard and send you a lot of some that is some achievement that they want to achieve, but some of that achievement are very almost impossible. And I like to, I think like, I don't know who said it, but to have a limit. I think you said, Mel, to have a limit, and everyone has their individual personality. I think, for example, I think we need to respect each other and to deal with different personalities. I think all the things with respectful, and I think yes, in our workplace we deal with different people, and everyone has the individual personality, and the yes, so with respectful we can do many things together, and that's it. Uh, Arthur, could you answer?
Yeah, I'm agree with you, Sydney. People don't annoy me, but I think that I believe that people can respect each others. So I, in my case, I respect another one too, because people really like to work and work hard. But I prefer to respect each other, and I put a limit to them when I am considering that they are uh, bother me. I don't know if bother, incomodar. Because in my mind, like I said, I have to time to work, and I have to time to be with my family or to care me. So I think that's it.
And
Uh,
how about,
how
go
about
ahead.
you, Christian?
Well, in my case, it's kind of the same. I totally agree with you that we have to respect each other. Obviously, if it doesn't affect me, it's okay. I totally respect the position of every employee or every colleague. But sometimes I think that most of the time I feel sorry, or I feel sad of them because they use that kind of behavior just for scaling in the company, or maybe to get someone happy that normally the superiors. So I don't like when my colleagues are boot lickers. That is the meaning of puxa saco in Portuguese. Because I feel sorry, really sorry about them, because I think that you don't need to do that. If you are really good, if you are really good in the job that in the work that you do, you don't need to do that. And normally they forget that they are working for another person, and they forget about their families just because they want to have a promotion, or a rise salary. So it's really, I don't know, it's really weird for me. I really sorry for them. um but in general I respect them, as I already said. But obviously the picture can change if their actions or their behaviors affect me.
Yeah, I think that too, like a little bit of what you all said. I think talking like I respect them and they basically respect me. But what would annoy me is that if a workaholic person try to change your way, I'm not a workaholic, but if they try to change me, like you have to work more and do more, like after your time, and maybe I'm not supposed to do that. I don't know for the reason, but that would annoy me. That's a specific case, for example, that would annoy me, and I wouldn't be comfortable with that. Just like having just because of you because you are a workaholic, I have to be a workaholic too. I don't think that's the path, and that's why I would like get a little bit annoyed. So that's it. Christian, can you read and answer the next question, number 4?
Sure. Let me see. Outside, out of mind. Do you agree with this statement? Uh, I'm not sure. I remember that it was in another immersion. I read this expression because it's that expression I didn't understand, but I just learned about the meaning. So uh, I'm not. I don't agree with this statement because I think that if you have to be loyal with something or someone you have to continue in that way. Even though when nobody is seeing or watching, I think that you will feel guilty about the behaviors or the things that you are doing. So I don't agree with this statement at all, and that's my opinion.
And what do you think about it, Arthur?
It's
Number
about
4.
number 4, out of
Yeah.
sight, out of mind. Do you agree with this statement? It's like fora da caixa, pensar fora da caixa, é isso? That's it?
Christian can say, but if I'm not wrong, it's like o que os olhos não veem, o coração não sente, algo assim.
Mm. Yeah. Let me.
I think it's like if I didn't open my email, I won't see that some people sent me some message, so I not reply. So because of this, I will stay better if me because I don't know that other people are require my time. Is like something like this because it's the first time that I read this statement. Sorry, Arthur.
Yeah,
No
that's
problem.
exactly.
Yeah. I don't know about it. If I agree with this, I, I think that when I can talk myself, when I'm working, I am selling my time to work. I don't know if it's the pronunciation. Tipo, eu tô vendendo meu tempo para trabalhar. So I think that I need to do things, to do right things, and to be more interactive in my work. So I prefer to understand what is happening, to know about it, to know about the thing that I am doing and the people that are needing me to fix something, to do, and I try to do my best. So for me, that's it. I don't know if it's an agreement of this kind of expression, but that's it.
Yeah, okay. And how about you, Erica? What do you think about it? Do you agree with this statement?
Depends on situation, but basically, I agree with this statement. So if I don't see something, I can't be worried about it. For my point of view, what do you think, Sydney?
As long as I understand that statement, there are two different point of view, two different sides of this. In my opinion, it means like when some people don't show yourself, the other people don't know them. So, for example, I had an example in my professional life. Once I worked with a colleague. She wants to have a promotion, but she didn't appear for the rest of the team, for the rest of the company, the department. She still hide in her desk, And once she asked for her superior about that promotion, and that superior went to the partner of the company, and the partner asked him about her because he didn't know her, even if he about her work. So that superior told to her that she needs to show up more, or at least send some message for that partner to him know her better and about her work. But a negative side of that statement is about there are a lot of coaches, trainers, or yes, bosses that they are obsessed to work, and they try to use that statement to persuade you to work more. So, in my opinion, there are two sides of that same statement.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of like agree with the statement. I am not saying that it's good or it's bad. I think there are both situations, but it always happens, like out of sight, out of mind. If I'm not seeing it, the even though it's a bad thing, a bad situation, but I'm not feeling it, like it's out of my mind. So of course there are many situations where it wouldn't be nice, like for example a two-faced person, when they are with you, the way they are with you, it's a way, but when you turn your back, you go out, they just become another person, and that's not nice, but that's what happens, out of sight, out of mind, even though it's a bad situation. So I agree. And yeah, but there are the two sides of it, and I'm not saying that it's good. I'm saying that there are both sides. About the question number 5, can Arthur read and answer, please?
What is the limit for working overtime and postponing personal commitments in order to complete a work task? Good question. Maybe everyone has their limit. But of course, sometimes depends of the case. You have to complete the tasks of our work. But I think that you have for me, I think that we need to feel good when you need to postpone personal commitments and about the work, like oh, that's okay, today I will work a little bit to complete my work task, so that's okay. But every day, I think that's could be a problem, I think. So that's it.
And how about you, Sydney? How is it for you?
In my opinion, it depends of the situation and of your current job. I think because I work in a company that we need to close the results. I think the accounting department, at last we had some deadlines, and we need to work and attend that date to send information for the partners of the company. And because that, I think we agreed with that terms, that situation, and because that in some moments we need to postpone our personal commitments because that and work some extra hours. But it can happen, but also all the people have their limits, their personal individual limits, and of course it depends of the commitments. If it can be a urgent thing that we need to attend, I think about a health situation or a urgent thing, we can refuse to do that. But yeah, but when we are working, especially in a teamwork, and we have a good relationship with that team, and also we can make some agreement in order to they place you in some urgent moment, or maybe to work without some distractions in order to accomplish that terms, and don't to do that work uh, have a work hours to work extra hours. So Christian, and you?
In my opinion, I think that it depends on the in your current situation, in your current job, and as well of the urgency of the task, or the urgency of the task, and as well if in your contract when you signed it, you accepted that you will work overtime. Because when it's becoming normal, I think that you have to put limits. In my personal case, I don't work overtime. I just work overtime when the task is really urgent or it's a high prioritize. But I think that everyone needs to set boundaries because the managers or your superiors will think that you are all the time available for them. And as already said as already said, you gotta know that you are working for another person, and you don't have to lose the time with your family or your personal life because of them, because you are just an employee in that company and you are replaceable. So that's it. That's my opinion.
And how about you, Erica? What's your
Oh,
point
yeah.
of view about that?
In my case, the limit for working overtime is the urgency of the work task, because sometimes you need to do something in the exactly moment that people said to you. For example, if someone call me 9 p.m., Erica, there is a delay in a food delivery in your school. So I need to solve this problem in the exact moment that I said about the problem in order to solve or to manage this problem. Because as I said before, I'm not a alcoholic people, but I know that I should prioritize some things in my life. And urgency is the urgency. So I need to try to solve. And but I think the limit, you need to know what people are saying to you, something that I need to do now, or I can delay and postpone to do another day. I think the limit is something like that. But I think everyone, each one have your limits and your priorities in your life, your personal life, in your professional life. So I know that people call me at night is because something came, some situation is so it's so what can I say? It's so it's a challenge that I think to that I need to solve. So for me, is this my limit is the urgency of the work task. Did
Yeah,
you answer,
I
Mel?
no, I didn't. I agree with you. I think the same thing. I like it depends on the urgency of the task. And let me see one more thing. And one thing to add, I can say is if you set limits that different people know about your limits. They're not going to bother you sending message at 8, 9 p.m. But if you set up that limits, if a person calls you from work, that is urgent. You don't have even to try to think if that situation is urgent or not. But because the person just came at you and talked to you, send a message, maybe that's the point where you understand because of the limits. The person passed the limits, so now you know that it's an urgency. So I think that's our work to our job, to set the limits so people can understand us a little bit more better, and we can understand other people too. So that's a, a balance that we need to have, so we can live better and have a better environment with our colleagues in the job. And that's what I think. But it's always important, like it's always about limits. If you limit that you cannot like complain about it. So just set some limits. I know it's hard, but we have to do that if you want to be a better person. So let's go to the next one. Let me see, number 6. Have you ever received a work request just when you were about to leave work? How was that experience? Have you ever, Sydney?
Yes, I have ever received that request, but not my current job, but my previous job. We all of the coordinator of each department, we had that problem with our controller. He was very obsessed with work, and when when rest about 30 minutes, 20 minutes to finish the schedule, he went to every department and they required to the people some job, I think some request that it's not urgent, but he want to the people continue there to attend him. And at the beginning, I did it for him because I was in my experience time. But then I started to refuse it. I had some strategy first to I know exactly the time he went to each department. So I when he went to the account department, I I tried to be absent in that moment, and then he forgot about me and he went to another department. And then I tried to keep my computer switch on to him to in order to him see that and see that I'm still in that company and not went to not leave it. So yeah, I have that experience. Erica, and about you?
Yes, I have received our request when I leave the work, and it's not a good experience, of course. But in my job, you have the flexibility in the work schedule. So I'm a morning person, so I work from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. But the most of people work until 5 p.m., from 8 to 5 p.m. So everyone knows that can't call me after 4 p.m., but sometimes this happen. And I just say, I think you should know how to manage this kind of situation. In the past, I did a course about how to say no to other people in a polite way. And I just say, I can't do this right now because I do like to do my best in this task. So I will do tomorrow. That's okay for you. So I think you should manage this kind of situation, because if you didn't do that every single day, some people will call me after your after your work schedule. So I think I respect my colleagues in my job. So i I can't I wouldn't call anyone at 7 a.m. before 8 a.m. because I know everyone start working at 8 a.m. So I say to everyone, I do like that you all respect my time as well, because I have my personal life, and that's it. How about you, Christian?
Yeah, sure. I received several times this kind of requests, but I normally tell them that I don't have the time to do that because after my job, I already have some personal activities that I have to do with my wife, so they know about it. Obviously, there are some times that it's so urgent, and I have to do the work. And that those situations are so stressful for me because I have to fight against the time because I want to finish those tasks before my work time. And that feeling, that sensation is not good for me because I get annoyed, I get frustrated, I get angry easily. So, um, but they know. There are some things as well that they tell me, okay, today we have a bug that you have to resolve it, but they notice me in the morning, but I don't have the details of the bug until the afternoon. So it's their fault to don't send me the information that I need to resolve a specific bug. So in that situation, I don't feel guilty and I don't do the job. They have to they have to find another someone else to resolve those kind of the tasks in those cases. That's it.
And how about you, Arthur?
Uh, wasn't a good experience, but I think that I prefer to think that task is what level is it urgent or not? And then I prefer to schedule um in my tasks of the day the priority of this new task, I think. So that is urgent. Oh, that's okay. Urgent. That is it urgent for me or for the another one? I need to consider it because what will happen if I don't do this, or for me because I have my things to do, and sometimes the another request is not for involving my things, but I prefer to see the urgence, if it's very urgent or not, and then I will replace my scale my agenda in another day to do the things, or and not uh, prejudicar myself too.
Okay. In my case too, that happened a few times, and that wasn't really good because it was like the last 5 minutes and we were already finishing the task, and then the other person just came with more work, and that wasn't even like, that was urgent, but that could be done in the other day, you know. So it wasn't that urgent, but we have to stay there a little bit more, And that was not nice, even though okay, that was okay, that was the beginning, but that should have we could have avoided, you know. And that's it. It's like saying, I don't know if that's the same expression, probably not, but you give the hand and the person wants the whole body, you know, wants the whole arm and the whole body there, because it's something you have to set some limits. And if you don't do that, you're getting, the people will try to take everything out of you and your soul there, your mind, and they will try to do it to make you a workaholic person. But if you don't think that way, that should be respected, your opinion and your values. So let's go to the number 7. Sydney, can you read and answer it?
Okay, sure. Have you ever felt unfairly judged or seen as irresponsible for having to say no to a request that exceeded your work hours? No, I have never felt unfairly judged or seen responsible for saying no in this situation. But I have two situations in my work life. Once we had a project to deliver, we had a deadline to accomplish, and one of my colleagues, she was very she was very obsessed using her smartphone in the work. So I have I was observing it, and in some moment I said to her that I will finish my part, and I will go to my home. So, and she will you need some my work, my help, I will not help her. So she changed her behavior. And the another situation, I had a boss, and the once he requested my work. So I already said to him that I had a plan on my weekend. I had hired a place, Airbnb, and made a lot of plans. So he knew that, but he still persuaded me to go to the company. So I said no, and he tries to tease me, to bully me about that, but I was very okay with that, and I continued my plans. So that's it. Arthur, and about you?
Uh, I I had I felt, but I think that nowadays I think a little more about me and my time and the time that I have to do my things. Like you said, Sydney, sometimes we work hard and another ones don't face like a serious work, and sometimes we face that people that need your help, but maybe if they work hard or pay more attention in the time that they are working, I think that sometimes they could do the tasks in the time that they are working. So I think that nowadays I think that I have my things to do after work, and sometimes I have to say no, and that's okay for me. But recently, for me, it's a new, but I think 2 or 3 years ago, when I said no, I was feel like, oh my gosh, I'm the worst person in the world. But that's okay. Nowadays it's different for me, but it happened. What about you, Erica?
In my case, I don't know if people see me as a irresponsible person because they didn't say this to me. But I think it's important when you say no about a request that exceed your work hours, it's important to know what kind of professional you are. Because if you are a good, excellent professional, you can say no because you deliver excellent work in your company. And for many times, it's important to say no because if people start to call you 8 p.m. and you reply the calling, in another day, people can call to you at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I don't know. So it's important you define limits in your job because your place that you work because as I like to say I'm a professional and I sell my time, my experience, my knowledge in order to get money, salary, income. But people need to know that working 8 hours per day, I think is enough. Né? And if people would like to call you after their work hours, is because I think the problem is not about me, but about the work that people are delivering. I don't know if you can understand me, but that's all. I will not feel judged when I say no, because when I say no, it's because I know that I should say no. I must do that. How about you, Christian?
He left.
Christian, go on. Sorry, no,
Yeah.
because Christian have he has other emotion at
Yes.
8 a.m. Sorry.
Yeah, no, no problem. So very nice, guys. That was a very good conversation that we had. But before we leave, I want to ask you a question, and I would like everybody to answer the question, okay? What did you learn in this conversation? It can be about the language, but it doesn't have to be just about it. You can say something about another lesson that you learned, but tell me something that you learned today, okay? Can you, Erica, start to saying what did you learn?
Sure. I learned today that I can think more about my job, my work time. I think I'm in a good way, and I learned a new expression today, out of sight, out of mind, because I didn't. It's the first time that I see this statement. So, it's good to learn, to get more vocabulary in English. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, very nice. And how about you, Sydney? What did you learn?
Yeah, uh, I learned that we need to know our value and to have time to our personal life and like Erica said to show your limits and especially to the people to the teamwork and show there that we are there until that official schedule and then they need to organize the things in order to do it without you an extra hour. So and also when we work in a company and that thing happening, yeah, we need to discuss it with the people because in some moment we are working to another people and they still not work for the team. So I think we need to work for the team need to work together to achieve the same goal.
Yeah. And how about you, Arthur? What did you learn?
Yeah. Well, for me, it's the out of sight, out of mind. It was the first. I really don't know it about the expression. And well, the immersion was very nice because it's work. When I think about work, it's the same time it's a particular thing and social thing. So when you think about the you are working, uh, you're kind of working. What it means to you? It's I think that's more particular, and the thing that you decided to do in your work. It's very important because um, to put your limits, to know what you are doing, if that's good to you, if that's good, it wasn't good to you. So I think that everyone has their opinion about work, if that's okay. But I think that's very important if you know what you are, what you are, who you are in your work. If you are a people that really live to work or work to live. So that's it.
Yeah, very nice. So, guys, that was a great conversation here with you. I'm glad I'm here, being able to talk to you, to meet you. And then I'm just sent you the survey link on the chat. So if you guys can just leave a comment there saying how was the conversation, how the conversation was, and if you have some, how is the word, some suggestions, you can say there. That's how we can prepare the others immersions. So with the themes that you guys want to talk about, and that's it. Okay, I'm very um I'm very happy to be here. And if you guys want to be with me again, I have two immersions on Tuesdays. It's 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. So you guys are always very welcome there. Okay, thank you very much again, and I
Thank
hope to
you.